Hello everyone, welcome back to Array Blog once again. So in this video, we are going to learn what NumPy is and why it is faster than a Python list. So in this video, we'll learn how to create NumPy arrays in a different way, and we'll explore their attributes. So let's create a file first. So we can say np array.py, that is numpy array.py. So first thing what you'll do, we'll import numpy as np, right? And then suppose you want to create a one-dimensional array in a Python. So you have to use numpy, right? Otherwise, it is going to be a like bit complicated in some sense. So you have to say np dot array, and for the one dimensional 1 2 3 4, and then we can say 5, right? So this is our one dimensional array. So what we'll do, we'll say print, and we'll say 1d array, and we can say backslash n, and we can say array 1, right? Now let's run it and see what it print. So we'll say python and then np dot np array dot py, and see it's a 1d array 1 2 3 4 5. Now you want to create two dimensional array, right? So for that you have to say array2 equals to np dot array, right? And then you have to do like this. So 1 2 3 4, and then we'll say 4 element, and then we'll say 5 6 7 8, right? So it's a, we'll say now we'll print, then we'll say 2d array backslash n array, and then we'll say backslash n comma array 2. Now let's run it and see what it will print. See, so here we got the 2d array, right? So the array function is the most common way to create this array function, right? Most common way to create a numpy array. For 1D, it's a simple list, as we can see it here. But for 2D array, it passes as a list. Passes list as a list, right? So list as a list, basically we are creating one list and then another list, right? And numpy array are homogeneous, meaning all elements have the same data types, right? Now so that's how you create one dimensional array and two dimensional array in a numpy array. Now we'll see, we will create array using arrange function and then linspace, right? So what we'll do, we'll say first one is using arrange, right? And so we'll declare array 3 equals to, that is np dot arrange g. Now this is the important things we have to remember. So the first thing is, we'll say start from 0 and then stop at 10, right? And third one is the step. So we'll say 2, right? And we'll say print. Now I'll print arrange array, and we'll pass the array name. See. Now let's run it and see what it will print. So np range, okay, we have put an extra r here. So let me clear this. See, so we have created a range array that's a 0 2 4 6 8. That why it says 0 2 4 6 8? It The first thing is start, second thing is end, and third thing is steps. Like how many steps you have to jump, basically. So it's a 0, 0, 0, and after that 2, after that 4, after that 6, and then 8, right? So suppose if you write here 1, so it will give something different. Say it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? That's how arrange function work. Now there is another thing that is basically linspace, right? Linspace. So let me first write it here. That is start, stop, and then step, so that you guys remember. And don't worry about the code. I'll put it on a GitHub repo, so that and I'll mention the GitHub repo link in the description, so that you guys don't miss the code like whenever you guys need it, right? Now let's say array4 equals to np dot lin space, right? And so what you have to do here, start, that is 0, and stop, we are going to say 1, and then num, there is a third thing, that is num, so we'll say 5, right? So so linspace, what it does, it generate evenly spaced number between start and stop values, right? So first we will print, then we'll see what it is. So we'll say linspace array, right? And then we'll say arr 4, right? And we'll run this. See, it generate evenly spaced number between start and stop, right? So we say start and stop, that is 0, and in between 0 and 1 it is going to start generate the number of like 0, 0 0.5, 25, 0 0.5, 0 0.75, and 1. Right? So we have seen this arrange. So let me clear this. Arrange work like Python range between return a NumPy array, right? Start, stop, and then steps, right? And linspace, it generate evenly spaced number between a start and stop value, right? Now there are some special array in a NumPy. So what we'll say is special array, right? Now what we are going to do, we are going to generate array of zeros, arrays of 0, right? So we'll say 0 underscore arrays equals to np dot zeros, right? And we are going to ask 2 by 3, right? And we'll print, and in print we'll say zeros array backslash n, and then comma, we'll pass the, right? Now let me clear this and we'll run it again. See, we got the 0 0.0, 0 0.0, and 0 0.000, right? That is the zeros array. Now what if you want to create arrays of 1? So this again, arrays of 1, right? So we have to come here and we'll say ones underscore array equals to np dot ones, and then we'll again say we want 3 by 2, or we'll say 2 by 2, right? 2 by 2, and we'll print, we'll say ones array, and backslash n, and comma ones array, right? Now we'll print this. See, we got ones array, that is 1.1, 1, 1, 1, 1, right? Now suppose you want to create The other one, that's a like a empty array, uninitialized value, right? So we'll say empty array, and what we'll do, we'll create a variable empty array equals to np dot empty, and we'll again say 3 by 3, and print this, print, we'll say empty array backslash n, and then comma, right? Now we'll run this. Yeah, we got the empty array, right? And now, so the zeros create array filled with 0, right? And for the ones, it create a array filled with 1, and the empty, it create an array with the random uninitialized value. So we do not we don't initialize this, right? And we get the value, right? So that's what empty does. Empty does basically, it creates an array with a random uninitialized value which is faster than 0, if you plan to fill it later, right? Now, so we have seen some array attribute in the previous video, but we are going to cover it here, right? So we'll say array attribute, right? Now we'll declare array, say array, we can say 5 equals to np dot array, and then we'll declare this. Suppose we declare 1 2 3, and then we are going to say that is 4 5 6, right? That is the array 5, and so we are going to get the dimension, shape, and the total number of the size. So we'll say for the we will say print. Now we're going to get the shape. For the shape, we have to write like this, and then we'll say array 5 dot shape, right? And for the dimension, say print number of dimension, and we'll type backslash n, and then we'll say array dot dim, array 5 dot and dimension, right? And we want to also want to get the size of the array, so we'll say print size of an array. So we'll say comma, and then array 5 dot size. Now we'll print this, and we'll see how it works, and how it behaves like that, and what it behaves basically. So we have made some mistake here, I think. Okay, we have missed the dot here, bracket here. Yeah. Now we'll run this, and we'll see. Yeah. So first thing, we want the shape of array that we get, like it's a 2 by 3, right? So 2 by 3, and now we want the number of dimension, it's a 2, and then size of array, it's a 6, that is 1 2 3 4 5 6, right? So the question is, how easily we will get this. So NumPy array have a built-in attribute that gives the information about all the arrays, right? So shape tell us the dimension, and dim give us the number of dimensions, size give us the number of elements, and if you want to know the data type, so you can use the d type. Knowing these attributes is essential for data analysis and the matrix operation, right? So in this video, we have learned about I'll start first we have how to import. Now we are declaring the 1D array. Now we are, and then we again declare the 2D array, right? And then we use the arrange. Arrange basically contain three value. The first one is start, second one is stop, and third one is stop, right? So what it does, it basically start from the zero, right? It is start from the zero, and then it will goes to the stop values, and then steps, like how many steps it has to follow, right? Basically it work like a Python range, but it returns NumPy array, right? And then len space generate evenly space number between start and a stop value, right? 0 and 1, so it will generate a evenly space number between 0 and 1, right? And then 5 is right, number. So, these function are very useful when you have, when you need to range of when you need a range of number for calculation or plotting, right? Now the next thing we have learned, that is zero. Suppose you want to create arrays of zero, and ones, you want to create an array filled with ones, right? Now filled with ones, and now you want to create then the most important one, I guess, that is the empty. It create an array with a random uninitialized value that you have not initialized, but it will create an array, and which is faster than zero if you plan to fill it later, right? Now and then we learn about how we can get the shape, number of dimension, and then size of array, right? So NumPy arrays are fast, efficient, and great for numerical computation. So in the next video, we'll explore indexing, slicing, and accessing element in NumPy array. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you to the next one. Thank you.